the producers that put this production together really wanted to depict the story of gumboot dancing. And this production is going to be touring. So it's themes like culture, you know, because at the beginning, you know, you're taking people from different villages and they're coming into this one mine underground. You know, I think another strong theme there is the collective, you know, the sense of togetherness. You know, people were dying underground. And, you know, imagine you taking somebody in one of those trolleys from 5 kilometers underground or not being able to take them up. I mean, the themes in this, I think also the theme of Africa and the unity of African people, even though it's not such a positive story, you know, mining is quasi-slavery, really.
Yeah, you could say.
You know, so, you know, it's not, but it's the story of all of these different people from all these different countries in one continent, and that story. And this production picks up on all of that, and it's also picking up on modern-day influences or modern-day art that is influenced by gumboot dancing, like Johnny Clegg.
So I actually want to speak about some of the modern-day influences, including technology.
Yes.
So I'm looking at the evolution of art and perhaps how we're in this fourth industrial revolution, and we've got to embrace that. How on track would you say we are with that, particularly in this production? Where to from here?
Look, the production itself in terms of tech is incredible. You feel like you are 5 kilometers underground. You feel like you're in a mine. The set is incredible. Gearhouse did an incredible job. I mean, I will just say that. So in terms of that, it's out of this world. The lighting, the sound, brilliant. You will not be disappointed when it comes to lighting, sound, and stage. I think theaters have to start thinking about what does it mean to be a theater in the fourth industrial revolution, and how are we tapping into that space? Because we've kind of been reserving this niche, but the world is changing.
Yeah.
People are consuming entertainment differently.
Yeah.
And I think that is something that we grapple with every day.
Yeah.
Because it's about how do you make sure your theater survives.
Yeah, and perhaps fuse creativity with this digital age. I'm also looking at the embracing, so we're speaking about culture and language, and I'm wondering how technology also aids that. Because, I mean, Queen Sono yesterday, we spoke about the launch, right? And some of the nuances that they play on is they use indigenous languages, especially for language of instructions on certain devices. So I'm wondering how that's been incorporated, telling our stories in indigenous languages and then perhaps translating it into English as opposed to it being the other way around traditionally.
Now, what is incredible at the Soweto Theatre that we have done before, we don't do it with this particular production, but what we've done before, we do school set works. They actually start tomorrow at the theatre as well. But we do set works, and some of our set works, we do Zulu set works, we do English set works, we do all the different language set works. So for some of our set works, what we do is we have surtitles. So it's not a subtitle, it's just, it's text that captures what's happening. And that, I feel, is so incredibly inclusive, because you can go and watch a production that is not in the language that you speak and understand what's going on. And art is not so much about what is being said, but how it's being said. What are people doing on stage? How are bodies moving? So that's an area that, as the theatre, I really want us to grow into, just to ensure that we're including more communities in the theatre and staging productions that are not in, you know, the most common language like Zulu or Sotho, you know, to have Tsonga pieces, to have, you know, incorporate all the languages of South Africa and have South Africans excited to watch that.
Now, tell me, if I have to come and watch this, or when I come and watch this, what do you expect me to walk away with? Why is it important for me to come there and then walk away with a message?
You will walk away with a smile on your face. It's thoroughly, thoroughly, thoroughly entertaining. Brilliantly entertaining. The choreography by Mduduzi is incredible. you will enjoy that. But walking away from it, you will be informed about a history you know nothing about. We watch Gumboot dancing.
Yeah.
We do. We see Gumboot dancing.
But this is like no other.
We don't know this history. I didn't know this history. And I feel like I know lots of things.
So Nomsa, I mean, on that note then, logistically, what does it take to stage such a production? In terms of rehearsals, 16 people who are part of this ensemble cast. So, I mean, how would you define that?
The production is 2 years in the making. So the research was 2 years of research.
Whoa.
And then we had auditions at the Soweto Theatre. The producers came and they did auditions. Everybody on the cast is from Soweto. So all the 16 dancers came from Soweto. They all came and auditioned at the theatre. This was last year. Then they went into intense rehearsals. And this is the production in February of 2020. And so you're talking about 2 years of research and 6 months of the show actually coming together. Then I don't want to talk about the lighting design, the sound design, the stage design. That on itself, to be able to recreate underground and to have audiences feel like they're there, it takes some doing. So this production, it takes time to put together a production like this, but that's the lovely thing about theatre, and that's why it's so entertaining, and that's why you should leave home. That's why you should switch off the TV after watching Newsroom Live.
Thank you, Nomsa. Thank you.
And then come to the theatre because you get exposed to a whole new life, world experience. It's lovely.
You spoke about touring, Nomsa. So where's it going next? Wait, how long is it going to be at the Soweto Theatre?
Today is the last day of the production. It's been at the Soweto Theatre for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Today is the absolutely last day of the production. Tickets range between 150 to 250. People must buy their tickets from SowetoTheatre.com, web tickets, Pick and Pay, or right at the theatre at the door. The lovely thing about today is there's a Soweto 7 Color Sundays market. So you can come for food and the production.
Oh, beautiful.
And a craft market and an experience. Family friendly. Do come out and watch this production. You can't miss it. From South Africa, it goes to the Caribbean islands.
Wow.
Then it goes to the United States. Then it goes to Europe.
Wow.
So it's going to be touring a couple of countries in Europe. France, Germany, I think, Belgium. Look, and once they're gone, people tour.
Yeah, yeah.
And you don't want to miss it.
It's also just, making sure that we are part of telling our own stories to the rest of the world, as opposed to having that narrative, given to us. I'm just wondering in that regard, and in conclusion, with all the influences that you mentioned, that I guess has formed part of this Gumboot narrative, how would you say it is part of the South African heritage and cultural story at large?
Pardon?
How would you describe Gumboot dancing then at large as part of South Africa's heritage and cultural narrative?
It's part of our beat. I think South Africans have a beat. We have a rhythm, and you can hear it. You can hear the beat of South Africa through the music of Gumboots. And that is exactly what it captures. If you close your eyes, you are back in your womb. And being an African and understanding what it means. And it's incredible, the story of the Gumboots. And people have to check it out and come see it.
I have to check it out. Nomsa Mazwai, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you
really
so much for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
Well, General Manager of Soweto Theatre, Nomsa Mazwai, chats to us about Rhythm-The Gumboot show, which is a proudly South African heritage, and it's taking place at the Soweto Theatre. Today is the last day. Check it out at sowetotheatre.co.za.
.com. Commercial, we're international, babe.
We are international, and it is touring internationally too.